YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. So, realistically speaking, the ranking system for Guild v Guild is definitely broken. And if you go ahead and take a second and actually look at it, you will realize. So, first and foremost, we are currently in Overlord, which is cool, right? But I don't really care about that much. So let's just scroll down here and take note of the numbers. Let's start from the top, actually. If we were to look at Immortal like mad, right? Obviously, they're mad, right? They're insane. This is their points. And then 1350. I want that to be like the number that we keep at the back of our heads. 1350. That is number 2 in the game. Mad is just an outlier. 1350. Let's scroll all the way down, and I want to show what 100 is like. 1278. That's the number. So 1350 to 1278. Now let's just see how tight all the numbers are, just to really get an understanding as to what's going on here. So we're like 179. We have a bunch of guilds at 170 or 279. 280. We have an insane amount. And it's going to continue, right? This is one of the quickest breakpoints. You see a 1 point difference between these two guilds. 1 point. Okay, continue. All these guilds are, for the most part, having a pair. Every rotation, there's 2 guilds with basically the same score. Now, mind you, we're at 1350. Or 1350, 1305. God, numbers are hard today, right? 1305. We're number 26. The difference between us and number 49 is just about 10 points. When you think about that, that is half a win. So that's a little bit concerning. Now, the reason why that's a little bit weird is because when you win in Guild v Guild, right, you should get about 20 points. When you lose, you should lose about 20 points. So what's happening is, somewhere within the system, people are scoring in their wins or their losses basically such tight margins that the system is essentially creating all these multiple weight ties. Now, here's also what's interesting. In Overlord, right? So I want to give context. We're number 26 right now, right? We actually just went ahead against Dragon Slayer's V2, right? So it's their second guild. That's cool. Let's see. Where are they? We went against them, right? We won. We're at 1305. We're in Overlord. They lost. And they're number 91. So the concerning thing is, if you're playing Guild v Guild, right, you can lose and you will fall like 100 plus places, 200 places maybe. If you go ahead and lose 2 matches, that's a little bit insane. So something is going on with the matchmaking system. And also, if you kind of pay attention to how Guild v Guild functions as well, another thing is, you will typically face the guild that is matching your score, right? So we're at 1305. We have a really good chance of going against Hispanos, Destiny Upon Us, Goon Horde, Phoenix. Shouldn't really be, these shouldn't be in our wheelhouse, right? We shouldn't go against them. We should go against these two. However, there's a very, very likely chance that we go against Paladin Legends, which, I'll be honest, I don't want to go against them. We've gone against them twice already in the season. I'm tired of going against them. So that's just one quick thing. So realistically speaking, it would be kind of nice if we could get a more definitive understanding as to how the matchmaking system is functioning. Because while it is incredibly competitive, I don't necessarily think that all the guilds that are ranked where they're ranked should be where they are, right? No bias, right? I don't think that Dragon Slayer's V2, considering how they played versus us, are 91 rated guild. They're definitely top 32 for sure, right? Just like how there's other guilds in here which I really don't think are in this tier, that deserve to be in it, right? There's a bunch of amazing guilds like in here that really shouldn't be. Like Gladiator's really good. I know Phoenix is in. Let's see. Phoenix is up here. Yeah, Phoenix should be here. Dawn. I'm sorry. I don't think Dawn should be 31. But also, here's the thing. There's a multi-way tie. And the reason why I care about this, and the reason why this is an issue, is because you might not know this, but for Season 4, one of the issues with Season 4 was there were 3 guilds actually tied with the exact same points. They were like, I'm going to say arbitrary number, right? Let's just say they were at 1301. 3 guilds at 1301, but only 2 of them actually maintained Overlord. They stayed in Overlord for the end of the season. The other guild didn't. So there's a decimal system at play here to some degree, or the system randomly generates who scores what, and when the rewards or results are calculated, it takes that into account. So something's up with the scoring. Something is potentially wrong with the matchmaking system, because also, realistically speaking, you should only go against the guild that has the same score as you. If there's variation between like a point or two between you up and you below, then the matchmaking system should ideally score the below and have you go against that guild to see if you are valid in your scoring, not push you upward, because then it's like, it's a little bit weird. But then again, that's semantics, right? Technically, you should go against the person that's above you to see if you're better than that, but depends, right? It would be nice if there was more transparency in the matchmaking system. One of the reasons why Gladiator Gauntlet was just so fucking good was literally because you could kind of tell, oh, number 1 goes against number, what was it, like 256 or something like that? Okay, cool. That seeding bracket makes a lot of sense. Honestly speaking, Gladiator Gauntlet was way better than the seasons are. And that's just not me being biased, like I don't really care. But yeah, the matchmaking system definitely needs a little bit of work. It's cool to see, just shouting out, right? There's a couple guilds in here that have content creators. Like I know this guild has, where's Hayes? Where is he? Pretty sure he's in this, right? Hayes is in here. I know if we look at number 3, we have, where's Destined? So yeah, right? Just cool to see some of the other content creators in, Overlord. I know Slate's in the Shire, I believe. Let me see. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, just a quick rundown, right? The ranking system in Guild v Guild is a little bit bugged. A little bit concerning. I wish there was a little bit more transparency in the decimal points per wins, and also it would be nice if they just outright said, hey, if you go ahead and get a 20% threshold, this is the percent to the decimal that you receive for winning, for meeting these conditions, versus having us have to manually calculate it. Because realistically speaking, once again, the rates in this game, the probabilities, the decimals, all those things are really valuable for the player base, especially at a high level. If it would be possible to release those things, that'd be kind of nice. Like, please do it. Because realistically speaking, I don't think it's fair for any viewer of mine, any player for that matter, right, to go ahead and win a match, lose a match, and then drop 90 places. 90 placement points, right? And normally I wouldn't care, right? But if we're talking about, okay, you're top 90 right now, and then you lose, and then you go from 90 and then you're like 150, or you're like playing the game, you go ahead, you do well, kind of get shit on, and then you can't place for Gladiator Gauntlet, that would suck, right? So something about how close all these numbers are is just, I'm not gonna lie, it's concerning. So I wish we can get some transparency as to the percentage. What are the win conditions? How do you maximize wins? How do you prohibit devastating losses, right? Anyways, this is the state of Guild v Guild. This is probably the most competitive season that we have. But I don't think it should be that way. I don't think it's so. I don't think it should be this competitive with the numbers. So, see ya.